Welcome back to Welsh Miniature Board Gamer, and today I'm going to do a little bit of an unusual review because I can't do the unboxing part of it. Usually I take it all the way from unboxing to finished paint job of a miniature, but I can't do that because my footage of the unboxing has disappeared somewhere into the labyrinth of my computer, and however many adventurers I send down to look for it, I cannot find those files. So I'm going to have to explain that this is a D&D Nolzurs Mouth of Grolantor miniature, and it comes in that sort of large plastic clamshell box, you know, that you probably are quite aware of. So the backstory, apparently, of these this monster is that they are starved giants, hill giants, I believe, and they've gone mad on hunger. Now, this guy doesn't look particularly underfed. In fact, his belly might point to the contrary. But yeah, that's the story of them. As you can see, this is how it came in, you know, that plain plastic, you know, grey colour. It was quite soft plastic, like all the Nolzurs miniatures are. But it didn't have any mould lines. So he came, you know, like this. I didn't clean him up or anything. All I did was, you know, undercoat, paint it and glue it to its base. So this is where I think the Nolzurs range really do work. For larger miniatures and for monsters. So I'll come back to that now in a second. So for larger miniatures, I think, you know, the detail is enough that it shows you, like, he's got good expression on his face, etc. For their, like, 28mm people, I find that the plastic is too soft and the detail is just not there to capture. But because this guy is bigger, his details are there. You can see his facial expressions, etc. And they pop really nicely. Now, for monsters, I think they work well as well, but for a different reason. The fact that we know what a face looks like, and if we see a face which is all mangled up and not working right, we know that that isn't correct. If something in our brain clicks and we go, oh, that's not right. But with monsters, we don't know 100% what they look like, and that little click in our brain doesn't set it off. So, you know, I think they work for both reasons, bigger miniatures and monster miniatures. Now, the one of the things I don't like is this round base that they comes with. It's a clear one and you have to glue the miniature to it. I don't like clear bases, but, you know, I have to live with it. So this is a Frostgrave cultist, and as you can see, I think he's a perfect height for a giant. He's not like the mantic, you know, titanic giants that you can buy, but then again, I think he's about the right size for, you know, a smallish normal giant, you know, in game. So yeah, like I said, I'm not keen on this like clear plastic base that you glue the pudding base onto. You know, I wish they just made the pudding base circular, because you kind of need the circular base to know when a miniature comes into base-to-base contact. You know, you can't do that being base-to-base contact to this pudding because it's an irregular shape and it would be weird. You know, oh, I'm closer here, I'm not close there, etc. So you kind of have to use the round base. I know I could scuff it up and put texture paint on it or whatever to hide the fact that it's a clear base, but I guess it worries me, but it doesn't worry me enough that I want to put the extra work into it. I went for this sort of different skin tone. As you know, I'm going through different colour skin tones to paint up miniatures, and I decided on this sort of yellowy brown colour. It's a little bit more brown in reality than it's being caught on camera. He's looking much more jaundice in this video than he does in reality, but it works. You know, it doesn't look like an abomination of a colour for a skin tone. I think, you know, it's going to be okay. He is 9 centimetres to the eye, if you needed to know that. He sort of towers over my old Mordheim ogre, which I think is pretty good because he's a giant and he should be taller than ogres. But he's not, you know, excessively tall, shall we say. So yeah, all in all, I think he's well worth the price of around £15. You know, I know you could get like a box of loads of miniatures for that price. Well, for £20 you can get a box of 20 miniatures. But you know, I've got enough normal size miniatures and I wanted a monster or something unusual to paint up. So this guy sort of fills the criteria, and I think it's a decent enough price for him. I reckon he's good, you know. So before I go on to my final wrap-up, I just want to say a thank you to the Crafty Mini, who mentioned me on his YouTube channel the other day, and he's the first person of the YouTube world to mention me in a video, so, you know, that felt pretty good. So I want to say a shout out to the Crafty Mini, and if you're interested in the Last Days zombie game, maybe go over and check out his channel. He's going all the way from buying the miniatures, painting them, to playing them, so go over to check him out. So if you've gone through all my video, I wish to thank you, and if you would leave a like, that'd be great. If you want to comment, I will reply to all comments, and maybe even you'll subscribe to see my future videos. So until next time, it's going to be goodbye from me, Welsh Miniature Board Gamer.